Okay, well, I used to work in a facility where we built Apache helicopters for the government. And one thing I've noticed, I don't know why, but there's always a big press to make production, and for some reason when you're like right about just there, it's like, okay, this is great, all right, I'm going to do it, I'm going to make schedule. Right before that happens, somebody will approach you and say, oh, well, we need you to go outside and sweep up, and we want to clean this place up. So on this one particular day, it was really nice outside, and I got called outside to go push a broom. And you know, I don't like switching gears like that, but once I was out there, I'm thinking, well, you know, this is pretty cool. I wouldn't mind, this is kind of a nice change. I wouldn't mind spending the rest of the day out here just cleaning up. So I got this bright idea. We made composite parts there also, and there was this big booth where we would trim the parts, and this was the 1990s, so there was really no filtration or anything. There's just this big tube about 1.5 feet in diameter and a big blower motor that would just suck the dust outside. So I thought, well, what if I took a broom handle and 3 rolls of toilet paper and I put them on this thing, and the suction from that booth should get them spinning, and then it'll suck the toilet paper up in the air, and it should come down outside, and you know, I can spend the rest of the day just cleaning up toilet paper. It'll be like a mass toilet paper. Well, this stack, it was about 30 feet above the ground where it comes out. So I put the 3 rolls of toilet paper on there, and it was like 5 times quicker than I thought it would be. I mean, within 15-20 seconds, all 3 of those rolls had got sucked into that thing. And I went outside expecting to find toilet paper all over the ground and just clean it up. But it didn't occur to me that this thing was 30 feet off the ground where it came out, and there's wind currents. Well, instead of the toilet paper coming down, it went up about another 30 or 40 feet, and it hit a wind current. So I went outside, and instead of seeing toilet paper all over the ground, there was this big, beautiful, fluffy white cloud blowing to the north, which would have been okay, except that this facility I worked at was right next door to the airport, and you know, sometimes things mushroom into bigger than you intend them, kind of a non-linear type thing. Well, they didn't let any planes take off or land for a half hour, and I was thinking, well, you know, it's not that big of a deal. The air will clear, and the planes will start taking off and landing again. Well, I was listening to the news that night, and this is during, I think it was 1988. It was when the first George Bush was running for president, and Ronald Reagan was still the standing president, and he was flying in town to do I think he was going to be at the Town and Country. He was going to put in a good word for George Bush. Well, I heard on the news that night that he was like a half hour late for his speech because he was detained up in the air for an extra half an hour. They wouldn't let any planes take off or land, including Ronald Reagan's, because of some cloud of mysterious debris that was in the air. Anyway, that's my story.